kick-off, Coca-Cola Cup semi-final number 2. And both these teams in dire need of victory, not just to reach the final, but to kick-start their season. Between them, they haven't won a league game so far. A lot of pressure tonight on Roy Aitken. Olofsson couldn't quite get much on the header. A shooting opportunity for Jamie Dolan and for Olofsson, but way off target. Worth a go though for Jamie Dolan. Not the best of defensive headers, and first time from Dolan. It's 11 years since Jim Leighton was celebrating a trophy win. That was a Scottish Cup win in his first spell with Aberdeen against Hearts. Stephen Glass getting himself away from Dave Bowman, but not quite the touch for Mike Newell. Presley gives it away. The up and under from Ingalls. It's well won by Winters. And nice layoff from Mike Newell for Joe Miller. Miller against Pedersen. Fires that one in. It could have gone anywhere. It took a deflection for the corner kick. Good play that from Miller. A dangerous ball played in. And behind for the corner off Malpass. Miller's corner, not too much of a problem. Cleared by Dolan. And that was just the merest of nudges on Robbie Winters from Zvetanov. Bulgarian international, more than 40 caps. Malpass still such a key element of this Dundee United team. Easton back to Perry. Maurice Malpass has stayed up at the edge of the box. That's for Shell Olofsson, watched by Gary Smith. Not watched too well from an Aberdeen point of view. And Jim Leighton flops on the loose ball. Olofsson won the header at the far post against Smith. Joe Miller having a look at what's in the middle. And in the end it was a dangerous ball and had to be dealt with by Sieg Dijkstra. In some ways it was a disappointing cross because it was too close to the goalkeeper for his strikers. In the end it had to be touched over the top by the Dutchman. Tommy McLean, a renowned extra fan. He played for him at Motherwell and now he's in his side at United. Corner kick taken quickly back to Joe Miller. Mike Newell's head. And comfortably away from Presley. Smith for Winters, intelligent play, nicely chested down for Bernard. That's aimed for Mike Newell. Maurice Malpass made the tackle. A loose one from Pedersen. It was David Rowson's shot. Stephen Presley was in the way. Aberdeen building up a fair bit of pressure here. Rowson and Bernard. David Rowson taking the place of Ian Jess tonight. It's more hopeful than anything else from Gary Smith. Glass tackled by Eric Pedersen. Taken quickly to Newell. Bernard. It was closed down by Olofsson. O'Neill for Newell. Mike Newell didn't expect it, but he's got it back. And so close to an own goal. Mark Perry didn't know too much about that one. He had a swing at it, and it just sliced off his left foot, much to the relief of Tommy McLean. It went behind for a corner kick. In from Joe Miller. Dijkstra got it away. Now Easton for Winters, couldn't quite control it. Zvetanov with Gary Smith alongside. Was aimed for Stephen Glass. Dave Bowman intercepted. Joe Miller now. Here's Rowson. Looking for Dean Winters at the far post. Too much on the cross, and Pettersson has it. Presley off the opposing number 4. Paul Bernard for the United throw. Winters and Rowson through the middle. Mike Newell there too. Joe Miller has a look. Winters with the header. Good effort. His last top team goal was back in March. Coincidentally, it was against Dundee United. No goals for Winters so far this season, but that was a good effort. He's made some noises about wanting away from Aberdeen, but I think all Winters wants is a regular starting place. Brian O'Neill came for the header and just made it. Dolan for Pettersson, but it was well won by Joe Miller. Joe Miller looked as if he was caught late, and he's certainly in the right place for some treatment, just outside the Aberdeen dugout. Jamie Dolan will be shown the first yellow card of the match. Hugh Dallas having words. Joe Miller got it away, and then he was caught. Gary Smith's free kick, looking for the head of Mike Newell, runs through for Stephen Glass. Away from Presley. Glass goes to collect again. David Bowman will be watching him closely. Dangerous player, Glass. Now Rowson. And Zvetanov. Good control from Winters, lovely back heel, and Stephen Glass, it's saved by Dijkstra. And away from Malpass. Lovely play from Dean Winters, and Dijkstra had to be very sharp off his line. In from Zvetanov. Firstly, the good control from Winters, then the most subtle of touches. Glass foiled by the goalkeeper. Given away by Erik Pettersson. Rowson has it, and he spotted Joe Miller. A fierce challenge for the ball there, involving Gary Smith. And Gary Smith will be booked for that challenge on Lars Zetterlund. No one was pulling out of this one, and that looked dangerous from Smith. And the right decision from Hugh Dallas. That had to be a booking. Tommy McLean trying to fire up his players, and Jockey Scott lending his support on the bench as well. In comparison, Roy Aitken looking quite calm. United making an enforced change after just 21 minutes of the match. Jamie Dolan has come off, and on in his place is Andy McLaren. Joe Miller wanted that played to his feet. Bernard had other ideas. Again, possession being relinquished by United. Zvetanov gets it back from Dean Winters. Looked to be checked out at the edge of the box. Free kick not given by Hugh Dallas. Maurice Malpass maybe a shade lucky here. Ball given back to Zvetanov by Winters. Pushed the ball away from Malpass and then appeared to be caught. He's been known to hurl in a long throw in his time, not this time. Presley looking for McLaren, but Jim Leighton was smartly off his line. The throw out though goes astray. Craig Easton. Dave Bowman stretching to keep possession. In from Mark Perry. Olofsson and Smith both went for it. The decision goes United's way. Another corner. Mark Perry right on the goal line. Stephen Presley pushing up as well, and Maurice Malpass bolstering the attack. The header from Malpass. It's off the upright from Mark Perry. Claims for a penalty from Dundee United. Somehow Aberdeen survive. Well, they couldn't handle the United threat from the corner kick against the post from Mark Perry. And there were claims for handball as well. Roy Aitken not too happy that his defence struggled to cope with that corner kick. Now Rowson. It's a good ball for Dean Winters. Knocks it through the legs of Presley, but no panic button from Presley. Zvetanov gets away from Andy McLaren. Good looking cross too for Dean Winters. He'll be disappointed with that effort. He was unmarked, but he couldn't quite steer this effort on target. He got up well enough, but didn't force Dijkstra into the save. Well found though, expert cross from Zvetanov. Mark Perry couldn't control the pass from Zetterland. Mike Newell to Stephen Glass. Zetterland makes amends. Malpass to McLaren. That's for Winters, chance for United! And Robbie Winters takes it! 11 minutes from half-time, and Dundee United have the lead. Nicely placed past that from McLaren, and a cool finish from Winters. Aberdeen will be alarmed that a pass straight through the middle opened them up, and Winters made them pay. Tommy McLean hasn't looked too happy at times during the first half, but this goal should cheer him up. Jim Leighton, no chance. And in all the celebrations, Robbie Winters overdid it and was yellow carded. Presley. Zetterland. And here's Mark Perry. Bernard under pressure. He was having his shirt pulled by Craig Easton. That's why the free kick's been given. O'Neill looking for Newell. Flicked on for Winters. It came off Morris Malpass. Slight touch of confusion there. See Dijkstra having words with Morris Malpass. The flick from Newell, and Dean Winters was lurking. Corner kick from Stephen Glass. John Ingalls went over the head and then didn't quite realise that the ball was dropping for him a second time. Paul Bernard looking for Winters. What a chance that was for Dean Winters. I'm not sure that he quite thought it was coming his way. Nice cross from Bernard and over the top of Presley's head. Almost 45 minutes gone. There'll be some stoppage time to be added, but not too much, I don't think. Eric Pettersson has taken a knock on the head. The boot of Stephen Glass was a touch high. And that's half-time. And Dundee United have a one-goal lead, and the smile from Robbie Winters tells you everything. It was his goal, 11 minutes from the interval, from a pass by the substitute beside him there, Andy McLaren. It was a well-judged pass, it was a clinical finish, and that gives United the edge at the interval. That keeps their supporters happy for now, although Aberdeen had a fair bit of pressure in that first half, but they've been unable to convert it into a goal. Half-time, it's Aberdeen 0, Dundee United 1. Dundee United restart. They've reserved their better performances this season for the Coca-Cola Cup. They've already beaten Hibs and Rangers in the competition, and that run of form may be about to continue. Aberdeen will feel that they had a fair bit of the first half, and early in the second half that was a fair bit of a challenge between Winters and Presley. and both have taken knocks to their head. Well, I think we can safely assume Dean Winters is okay from that expression. Not looking quite so happy as Roy Aitken. Huge task for his side now. Joe Miller with the free kick, looking for Mike Newell. And at the far post, it was John Ingalls. Into the side netting, a big disappointment for him, that. His one goal of the season so far, John Ingalls, was the equaliser, the last of 6 goals against Rangers at Ibrox. That time, though, he tugged it off target. Won well by Zvetanov, held up cleverly by Newell. Stephen Glass dispossessed by Mark Perry. Ball still in. Zetterlund knocks it in behind Ingalls. Robbie Winters trying to put Jim Leighton under some pressure. Andy McLaren worked it forward for Olofsson. That wasn't the return pass he fancied. Now Zanko Svetanov, cushioned with the right foot of Dean Winters, but United battling for everything. Forward from Zetterlund, Olofsson's made the run, off his line Jim Leighton does well. Nicely done by John Ingalls. Aberdeen certainly haven't lost the ability to pass the ball. David Rowson's shot came off Maurice Malpass. Here's Winters trying to get in behind Stephen Pressley. That was well done by Pressley. Just stayed with him. Not tempted into what might have been a dangerous tackle. Bernard far too firm with the pass. Robbie Winters dispossessed by Ingalls. O'Neill for Newell. The clearance from Perry. Mike Newell has another chance. David Rowson's made a good run. Rowson could be in here, and Winters! Aberdeen are level. Less than 3 minutes of the second half gone, and the Aberdeen fans celebrate. So important that they struck back quickly, and Roy Aitken leads the applause. A lot of pressure in the first half, couldn't quite make it pay. This was good play from David Rowson, and when it came back off Malpass, Dean Winters put the chance away. But credit here to 21-year-old Rowson. Lovely flick, it got him in behind Perry, and Winters did the rest. That's Dean Winters' first goal of the season, and how important that could be for Aberdeen. That should run all the way through for Leighton. To Bowman, Robbie Winters, John Ingalls, his permanent shadow. Bowman finds Easton, having a look, it's a good ball in. Zetterlund beaten by Gary Smith, an important jump that by Smith, and that's a goal kick. Smith in the right place at the right time, because that was a good ball in from teenager Easton. He had a look, and it was aimed for Zetterlund, but Smith there first. A real prospect is Craig Easton at Dundee United, has come through the youth scheme. Mike Newell won the header. Stephen Glass doing his best to try and keep it in. Bowman looking for Olofsson, away from Brian O'Neill. And Aberdeen hand possession back to United. Here's McLaren driven in. No great problem for Jim Leighton. And they've got 83 caps behind you. You tend to be able to deal with those. Mark Terry kept his eyes firmly fixed on the ball. It's a fast-flowing game, this, from first one end and then the other. Olofsson, here's a chance for United! And Craig Easton has taken it! It's a brilliant goal by Easton! Dundee United retake the lead. 8.5 minutes of the second half gone. And that was quite superb. He did it all himself, Easton. Played the pass for Olofsson and was then ready to take the return. Great control and a fine finish. Great interchange that between Easton and Olofsson, and everything was right about that goal for United. McLaren for Winters. Here's Zetterlund. Paul Bernard desperately getting back to try to halt the Zetterlund run. Pettersson under pressure from first Miller and then Smith, and wins the corner kick. Good foraging run that by Erik Pettersson. In from Andy McLaren, away from John Ingles. Dean Windus is on his own. Held up possession well, although David Rowson overran it. Pettersson with Andy McLaren available. Here's Craig Easton again. There's a youngster high on confidence. And he was more than happy to take a pot shot at goal that time as well. It was deflected into his path and only one thought in his mind. These United supporters happy to be back in the lead again. Newell beaten by Presley. And Easton finds McLaren. Well played by Paul Bernard to Stephen Glass. Windus in the middle, Newell there too. Neither could get on the end of a dangerous looking ball. Now Joe Miller can try again. Dijkstra's underneath it and he's lost it. Stephen Glass, second attempt. Charged down by Dave Bowman. John Ingles wins it back and Glass again. It's an all-action semi-final this. A chance fell to Glass in the first half. And again, an opportunity there to put Aberdeen back on terms. But Dave Bowman charged it down. Olofsson against O'Neill. That's well done by Bernard. Cushioned the ball on his chest. But that's a loose pass straight to Dave Bowman. Roy Aitken will not be happy with the way the ball's been given away. Although not too much trouble with that shot from Zetterlund. Sieg Dijkstra went for it, lost it. Glass's first effort came off the goalkeeper, the second off Bowman. Here comes Paul Bernard. 4 up for Aberdeen. Miller back to Bernard. And now Brian O'Neill. Aberdeen badly needing some penetration to break down this United defence. Rowson looking for Glass. Back for Svetanov. It's a high hanging ball. Joe Miller's header was a good one. Sadly for him it was straight at Sieg Dijkstra, but he won that header well. The ball was hung up for Joe Miller. He's not the tallest in the park, he may be the smallest, but a good header. Aberdeen will make a change, they have to go for broke, and it's Ricky Gillis. The young man signed from St Mirren for £350,000 this season. He'll take the place of Gary Smith, so it's an attacking move by Aberdeen. Malpass for Olofsson. Now Brian O'Neill. Rowson, who's now slotted into the right back position with Gillis in midfield. Clearing header from Perry. Sanko Svetinov to Mike Newell. Control not so hot there when he was robbed by Zetterlund. Olofsson to Winters. Looking for the Olofsson run. Good covering by David Rowson, but forced into conceding the corner. He always knew that Olofsson would be there and he had to deal with this. Mark Perry moving up. Shell Olofsson there too, as Aberdeen tried to organise. And from McLaren, firmly away from Bernard. Here's Zetterlund, charged down by Rowson. The clearance was by Newell. He did well up to a point, but he's handed possession back to United. Given away though by Easton. Rowson to Svetinov. Stephen Glass pushing up. Rowson again. A bit optimistic, shooting from that sort of range with a lot of white shirts between him and Dijkstra. And now it's Winters on the counter with Olofsson and Easton coming up in support. Here's Robbie Winters, and Winters has scored. That's a brilliant goal. So far this season, Winters has failed to recapture the explosive form of last season, but he's really roared back to form tonight. He scored in the first half, and that could be the goal that seals United's place in the Coca-Cola Cup final. He was teasing John Ingles all the time, and then he unleashed that left foot drive. It needs to be a good finish from that sort of position to beat the Scotland goalkeeper Jim Leighton. And Robbie Winters came up with exactly what was required. Joe Miller trying to twist away from Erik Pettersson, but Pettersson a very good marker. He's been involved in Scottish football long enough for everyone to be well aware of that. Bernard to Svetinov and Stephen Glass trying to find a way past Skoldmark and obstruction. A Glass free kick, and again nobody there for Aberdeen. Not a serious challenge on Dijkstra. McLaren against Gillis, and Robbie Winters knocks it back across goal. That was another real chance for United. I wonder whether Robbie Winters should have had a crack at goal himself with a hat-trick there, because he was gloriously unmarked at the far post for the McLaren cross. Instead he knocked it back and Aberdeen were able to clear. How Roy Aitken wishes he could be out there playing. McLaren chasing against Tony Comboire. The pass was a good one for Ricky Gillis. O'Neill to Gillis again. And here's Svetinov. Winters, who scored the Aberdeen goal right at the start of the second half, which gave Aberdeen some hope, but he's lost the rag at the moment. And would be well advised to calm himself down. He's a fiery player, Winters, not much doubt about that. He was involved in that incident with Mark Perry. And Hugh Dallas now taking action. Yellow cards for both Winters and Perry. Certainly Dean Winters appeared to be fouled, not much doubt about that, the grappling of Perry, but he should not have got involved in that. And there's an Aberdeen flag on the turf, very symbolic of what's happened tonight and what's happened so far this season. Ferry's made a run, and there's nothing much Aberdeen can do about it at the moment until that pass. But that's full time, and Dundee United are into the Coca-Cola Cup final. And there's a happy young man, 18-year-old Craig Easton, who scored the goal of the night. The other two scored by Robbie Winters. 3 tremendous Dundee United goals, and in the end, well worth it. Tommy McLean guides his side to the final. He'll be happy to make up for a semi-final lost last season in the Tennant Scottish Cup against Kilmarnock. And the United fans have a meeting with Celtic in the final to look forward to. And there's a sorry scene from an Aberdeen point of view.